killer style and fashion hazards. Hello and welcome to Fashion Bites. I'm Ellen Byerrum, author of the Screwball Noir, Crime of Fashion Mysteries, featuring Lacey Smithsonian, a fashion reporter in Washington, D.C., the city that fashion forgot. And today I want to talk about whether your killer style is a little too literal. The pursuit of beauty through the ages and even today has been fraught with potential hazards that we ignore at our peril, and a high price has been paid. We like to say that dresses have killer style, but we don't usually mean that literally. When I wrote Lethal Black Dress, I employed a forgotten fashion hazard along with the question of how someone could be murdered at the most secure event in Washington, D.C. So what does make a little black dress a lethal black dress? This is not a spoiler because you can learn quickly the cause of death in this mystery. A braggy broadcast reporter dies after being accidentally showered with champagne at the White House Correspondents' Dinner. Notably, she was wearing a beautiful black vintage dress with an emerald green lining. The green lining of the dress in question was dyed with Paris green, an emerald dye that was perfected in the early 1800s and made with copper acetoarsenite. It is chemically related to another dye known as Scheele's green. The dyes were used to make gorgeous blues and greens, and people went crazy for them. But they were very dangerous when wet. There are reports from the time about women who became ill when they sweated in garments that used Paris green. Their sweat glands would absorb the toxins. The color was so popular, it was used everywhere, in papers and wallpaper and even candy wrappers. Some people believe that Napoleon Bonaparte was poisoned by his wallpaper when he was exiled to the very humid island of St. Helena. The humidity released the toxic gas. Of course, the dye was banned by the end of the 19th century, except for a long time for use in rat poison and paints. In Lethal Black Dress, when the victim was showered with champagne, the dye in the lining released arsenic gas and covered most of her body. We might think that fashion hazards are a thing of the past, but are there hazards lingering in your closet or medicine cabinet? Could your favorite blue jeans affect your human genes? Could your wrinkle-free clothes make your skin crawl? Nonylphenol ethoxylates, NPEs, are used as surfactants in clothing and can disrupt hormones and allegedly affect fertility. They are used in softeners but can also appear in cosmetics and perfumes. They have been associated with endocrine disruption leading to development of breast cancer, obesity, and other adverse health effects. Formaldehyde is used in sizing, which keeps the shape of your clothes. It can also irritate skin and cause allergic reactions, and it is used to preserve bodies. Or, as my mother used to say, that's what they use to pickle people. Now let's think about our feet. Do we worry about them anymore? We don't bind them anymore, do we? But today's shoes are often cruel shoes. Too high, too pointed, and too tight. They can squeeze the bones in your feet, causing pain and numbness, known as Morton's neuroma. They can permanently tighten the Achilles tendon and cause hammer toes and bunions. Those dangerously sexy shoes can be hazardous. Keep that in mind the next time you're tempted by a beautiful but impractical pair of shoes. And what about flip-flops? Oh yes, they are adorable, covered in rhinestones and jewels and beads, coordinated with your pedicure. So easy to wear and so easy to cause heel pain, plantar fasciitis, stubbed toes, sprained ankles, and stress fractures. I can only wear them during a pedicure because I can't stand anything between my toes. Ouch! And let's think about the corset, habeas corset. In other words, shapewear. The corsets of old that resulted in wasp waist profiles and hourglass silhouettes could bruise internal organs, including the liver, spleen, and kidneys, and they could cause women to faint because they made it difficult to breathe. Hello, shapewear. That miracle of stretch, those skin-tight wetsuit-like undergarments can also strangle your insides just like corsets, as well as causing numbness in your legs. In some cases, they can cause blood clots, and they are technically known as silly looking. An old-fashioned Merry Widow or long-line bra in luscious lace is much more attractive and easier to wear. But whatever you prefer, be smart and wear it sparingly. It seems to me that when we come up with the great new thing, the next invention, the next labor-saving device, whether it's in fashion or fabrics or other areas of our lives, we are dazzled by it. We are so dazzled we don't consider the hazards we've created along with them. Lead-based makeup ruined the skin and exposed the wearer to other hazards, such as brain damage. During the Renaissance, belladonna was used to dilate the eyes, to make the eyes more attractive and come hither. But it could also result in blindness. And we need to keep our eyes open and be smart about our clothes. Nobody wants to be a real fashion victim. And now I'm off to wash the sizing out of a brand new blouse. That's all I have for now. If you want to know more about me or my books, check out my website at ellenbyerrum.com. If you like this video, please hit the like button and consider subscribing to this channel. That way you won't miss any. The subscriber button is below. And please feel free to share. This isn't a secret society. And I'll see you next time. Bye.